Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back. If you've not heard the news already, Manchester United sucks. You know, maybe not as a whole, but definitely the manager himself. And will Ten Hag last through the next 5 games? I did 5 because the next upcoming opponents, man, I feel like he's been found out. I think this is a good question to ask because has he been exposed? I feel like he has been for a long time now. And with the Arne Slot interview, post-game interview yesterday, I think it paints a much better picture of how, especially if you're a top manager, what your mind is thinking. And I feel like he's come across as someone who's very, very wise as far as the manager position, and definitely the better gaffer than Ten Hag. And yeah, let's get into the story. And we're also going to talk about the post-interview where this journalist, a real journalist for the first time, from what it looks like I'm hearing as far as the Manchester United team, asking this guy some real questions, backing it up with real facts. Yeah, let's get into it, man. This is a pitch side report. So, hey, we're blessed to be alive, baby. Blessed to be alive and talk about the beautiful game we love. So let's get into it. Let's get into it.
And one was disallowed. And that was from playing out from the back. So I would love that one to count, but unfortunately it didn't.
I saw your press conference and you mentioned that Manchester United's style is different this season in your opinion. What did you identify that allowed you to get this result today?
Last season they were man marking on the midfield and they had a press with the 7-9-11, so with the striker and one of the wingers jumped with him. This season they are more with a 9 and 10 press, so they're more in a 4-4-2. So that's different, of course. I see them, in my opinion, working harder if the ball is being played through them. So they run more down. So that's at least what I saw in the first games of them. Yeah.
Did you know when you would win it high up the pitch, you would be straight at them, really? As simple as that, if you could win the high up?
Simple as that. So their style is also this season, maybe last season as well, that I don't remember that well, but their fullbacks on 10 times really high, and then Casemiro comes in between. So if you pick the ball and you can keep Luis Diaz and Mo Salah high, then you're constantly in a 1-for-1 situation. And then you need midfielders that can run, and we had 3 of them today that kept on running, and if they arrive in a duel, that they are aggressive enough to win it. So that was, I think, one of the main things why we could win today.
Is that in some ways a gamble from you in a sense to make sure that Mo Salah and Diaz are staying high up the pitch?
It's only a gamble if they play through or over that they stay where they are, but if they then sprint back, it's not a gamble. And I think today we saw a lot of moments where our forwards, but the whole team, but especially also our forwards, track back so aggressively. And I think that is what we need if you want to win these games, because if you don't, then the defenders come in underload, and that's not what you want if you play.
Yeah, and there you have it. The guy literally explains exactly how we play. How many games have we played this year in the Premier? Three games. I mean, how many times has he had the opportunity to watch Manchester United? Sure, he can watch old tapes, but like he said, you know, we're a different team. He exposed us very easily, and then the fact that I'm sure that he knew this from the get-go. So I've already said this in the video before, but Ten Hag has to make an adjustment. And the incompetence level, the fact that he thinks he doesn't need to make an adjustment is just mind-boggling. So that's going to be an interesting one. And I think he's not going to last the 5 games. Maybe at the end of this, we'll take a look at those games and fixtures. They're not like the hardest fixtures, but we've been exposed. If you're a smart manager who knows what you're doing, knows tactics pretty well, you're going to expose him. From what it looks like, he's not going to play a different style, a different system. Otherwise, he would have changed it. It's just incredible, bro. And now here's the other interview. And where the journalist is calling him out, man. Calling him out.
Ian.
Hi, Eric. I appreciate what you say about players and players needing time to bed in. That's indisputably true. But the mistakes that your team made today, the mistakes that they've been making for 2 years, and what makes you confident that it's players that are the problem and not your coaching?
So what do you mean? Tell me then. Explain me. You can explain me which mistakes we make regular.
Well, constantly turning the ball over in your own half, playing the ball out from the back, getting mugged, chances come on the back of it, counter-attacks when you're outnumbered, giving up endless chances in your own stadium against the team's biggest rivals. With the greatest respect, I've been seeing that for so long now.
You are sure?
Absolutely. Absolutely sure.
I don't think otherwise you would win trophies as we did and to beat big opponents. So I'm sorry for you. I have another vision.
You wouldn't, with the greatest respect, play brilliantly against City in the final. You almost lost to Cambridge in the semi-final. I mean, come on, let's have a realistic view of what happened there.
I think we won after City the most trophies in English football. So I'm sorry for you. Give another one question.
Last question, James.
Exposed him. Homeboy listed off facts after facts of what this guy was doing not right. And man, that's what he gets, dude. That's what he gets. It's a shame it has to be like that, but that's what happens when you get exposed. That's what happens when you don't make adjustments, or that's when you try to gaslight and assume that everybody is, I don't know, not as smart as you think they are. As fans, we've been fed up with garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's not going to be what we want, we won't and don't want to have to accept it. Now, there are some that, of course, are, fine with the mediocrity, but I know and I've noticed a lot that are not fine with the mediocrity. So, it is what it is. Sorry, I'm adjusting all this. Trying to get this other window up so we can see these tweets. But I want to know your thoughts. Do you feel that, Ten Hag is gaslighting? Or do you feel that, that's is what it is, He's got to do better. He's got to do better as a whole. He's being exposed by other managers in the post-game interview. So he just was like, yeah, this is what he's going to do. This is what we will do. They will not be able to stop us. And this is how we will get goals. And if you were looking, it could have been 6-7. Could have been. I'm not saying and Liverpool didn't even play that well like that. They weren't dominating the game in every aspect and just balling out. They were just capitalizing on all our mistakes. Easy win. So I think he's been exposed. I think his time is done. I don't see how you can really come back from this in a strong way at all. And I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think that he can come back? Do you think that we will get better? Look, this is a funny tweet. This is a AS fan. Ryan Gravenberch with Manchester United's midfield. Oh my gosh, bro. And it's people want to say that, okay, it's individual players' fault, dude. It's just not, man. It's the structure. It's the structure. You could have put any players into that midfield and they would have all struggled and would have all been exposed. So for them to go for Casemiro the way they're going for him and just talking all this shit is just dumb. It's just dumb. And sometimes I can't tell if it's rival fans trying to gaslight and make us more upset, or if it's actually people just that are incompetent and don't know ball and haven't played soccer with some actual good players, or actually played soccer with great tactics, right? I feel like growing up, I was dumb as far as the tactics side. I felt like I was a good player, but I was not smart in the tactics sense where you can set yourself up for success just being smarter or knowing how the other team is playing. So if you're not coming at it with that thought process, or don't try to develop that thought process, you're really not going to know the ins and outs of how to play and how to play at the best level. Here's another funny one where, well, not necessarily funny. This is the state of Manchester United right now. We got rival fans who basically can do what they want in our stadium and have no recourse. Not like we should punish them. I'm just saying they're not afraid that we're going to beat them or come back. You know what I'm saying? And it's been like this for years, especially for Liverpool fans. And that's the state we're at. They're singing Ten Hag's at the wheel. They were singing Ollie's at the wheel. These fans are happy that we're shit right now, and happy that we have the manager we have. Blows my mind the people who are cool with the manager that we have right now. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how things turn out. Let's see our next 5 matches, just so we can get a brief chat since we mentioned them earlier. So as you know, we have the international break coming up. So it's going to be about 2 weeks before we see some action again. Manchester United, they don't play until September 14th, but we got Southampton. And that's a game we should win. You know what I mean? It's like on paper, it's so hard for me to be like, yeah, we're going to lose that one. It's like, no, we should win this game easily. But will we? Right. You know what I'm saying? I feel like with the shit teams, we don't get the result we need. Right? We draw, barely scrape by, and then people are happy. It's crazy. And then we got Barnsley for the EFL Cup. Crystal Palace on the 21st. Twente. So we got Europa League starting in this month, into this month. Then we got Tottenham. I mean, like, on paper, those are all games that we should win. And we shall see what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, we should have beat Brighton. We should have beat Fulham by more. We scraped by. And then exactly what's supposed to happen. We got smoked by Liverpool. And it says 3-0. But I'm telling you, watching the game, there was no hope. It didn't seem like there was hope of us coming back. There was no feeling of like, dude, the game was over after 55 minutes. I swear to you. And it wasn't like we were going to get more chances and come back. Wasn't looking like there was any change. Looking like the players wanted it. It's a shame, bro. It's a shame. But that's it, man. That's it, man. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you watching. If you're liking the vibe, subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the team. If you're a rival fan, are you happy with the state of our team? Probably. Probably, because it's going to be a long season if we let this guy stay in there. But we got Van Nistelrooy on the sidelines, ready to be a coach. Hopefully, Ineos just fires Ten Hag for his incompetence and the way he thinks that he's running the show. And hopefully we can have ourselves something good to watch this year. Otherwise, my goodness, I think I'm going to just be like an Aston Villa supporter or somebody that's can give me hope for some type of win. Slowly turning into a Man City fan, the more and more this continues to happen. I'm just kidding. But yeah, this is the Pitch Side Report. All right, if you made it this far, I really appreciate you watching, okay? Really appreciate you watching. Probably will do some other videos, some other type of content during the weekend. Maybe chat on some other games, other sports, but we shall see. Again, if you made it this far, I really appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later. Later, Gators.
I think we won after City the most trophies in English football, so I'm sorry for you.